Alert, alert, this is Charlotte Shotgun.
It's Joel Tatum, and it's that little gay talk show.
All the way from Houston, Texas.
Let's get into it, girl. Hello.
Hi, Texas.
Hi, Texas. Hi, Houston.
Hi, Houston.
It's another episode of that little gay talk show.
The gayest talk show.
The gayest talk show. I mean, there's a lot of gay talk shows.
Gay. I think this one's pretty gay.
I think this one's pretty gay.
It's gay. It's super gay.
Yeah, I know.
How gay?
And it's not from Los Angeles or New York gay. This is Texas gay.
This is Texas gay. So we got big hair and big makeup and big lashes.
Although you're kind of Florida gay, so
I know, right?
You're a transplant. But
you know,
Texas gay and Florida gay is still full of crazy. So
Florida man. Florida they.
Yes, it's your host Joel Tatum.
And I'm Charlotte Shotgun.
Okay. Well, you know what? You know the funny thing is that Charlotte started off when she walked in my front door. There was this butch man with green hair walking in my door, and I'm like, "Who is you?" And you said, "It's me, Scott." And I'm like, "I don't know who you is." And then you like went down a couple of octaves, and you went, "Oh," and I went, "Oh, it's Charlotte."
Look at me.
It's Charlotte Shotgun. Yeah, how y'all doing?
I'm wonderful.
How are you doing, Miss Guns?
Great. It's been a busy day, and I'm also getting ready in drag again.
Yes, she's getting ready in drag again because she's going to be she's putting together a show at Ripcord.
No, today's at the Eagle, actually. Go figure.
Yeah, but you know, yeah. So I just want to let everybody know, a little disclaimer on the bottom there. You know, the little asterisk. We usually record on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then put it out on Thursdays. But so there was a drag show on Tuesday. I'm going to say was not really a show, but.
Today's Tuesday.
Okay,
I was like, what's today? That's why I look so confused. I'm like, I don't remember what today is. There's a show happening at the Eagle, and it's like a charity for something, for kids or something. I really don't know. They just told me, hey, be here.
So you were kind of like a last minute, hey, can you do this for us kind of favor kind of thing?
Yeah. It was more of like, okay, you work here, so you're booked. I'm like, I guess.
And you're what is the chair? I don't even know what the chair. Girl, just get dressed and be here.
Literally, it's exactly what it is. And what? So I'm doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So on Tuesday, she's doing a meet. She's out and about, just doing a little bit of drag. She's not doing her.
Yeah, I'm not doing.
She didn't do her full drag. She's doing her quick. Jump into the phone booth like they did in the old days,
right.
and
what is that episode of, or not episode, that one scene in Spice Girls?
I've never seen that movie. I'm laughing like I've seen the movie.
They're like replicating major scenes of movies, and someone is Superman, and she goes.
Okay. So I mean, the concept is the same, I guess. Yes, you know, you're jumping into the phone booth and. Actually, it kind of reminds me of 70s Wonder Woman, where she does a spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the same. It's the same. I know that that's a tired cliche in the gay community, but it still reigns true. Sometimes when you have to do quick drag, it's just a spin, twirl, and let's go.
Kaboom, right? A little lash, a little.
Yeah,
twist,
exactly.
A little. I can't believe you're seeing me look this ugly. Vibe.
So this is the life, but basically of a drag queen is that sometimes you have to, when you start performing, and Charlotte has, I'm going to say Scott. Scott hasn't performed as Charlotte in quite some time. So
she's taking every opportunity.
She's taken every opportunity to put Miss Charlotte out there in the Houston area. So this is actually, I was telling Scott, I'm like, I kind of feel like a drag granduncle because I'm not really a drag mom because, a drag mom is a little bit more involved and all this other stuff. But, I've been trying to encourage.
He's housing me while I transition
from
one body form to another.
So I've been trying to, and I've been lucky to have her locked behind a mic for quite some time. But now she's going to get out in the world as Charlotte Shotguns. So everybody will get to see that persona of hers, and y'all are going to have fun with it. Trust me.
The madness.
The madness. The madness.
The shenanigans.
The shenanigans.
Really, they're not ready for all this crazy energy.
Mm-hmm. So, are you sure? Because I think they might be ready.
I mean, they're not prepared.
Well, no one's ever prepared. I mean,
one of the guys that worked at the bar that I'm going to be hosting this show at was like, "Hey, like, we're kind of worried because like Scott doesn't really ever talk and he's really quiet." And then my co-host is like, "Have you ever heard anything that he says?" And they're like, "No." They're like. Like he just like says random shit and it's really funny, but he's so quiet that nobody like can hear it. Like it's true. Like I literally have the mind of a 3-year-old, and I would just speak my mind, and it's just madness and weirdness. And
you just say whatever is on your mind, and then 30 seconds later, you've moved on to something.
Yeah,
just like a 3-year-old. So
yeah, like I called my friend today. I was like, "Hey, so I think next time we perform together, let's buy like a breastplate and then like, cut it in half, and I wear one and you wear one." And he's like, "For what?" I'm like, "I don't know. That'd be really cool."
Girl, you can't. Do you know how expensive breastplates are? You don't want to be cutting a breastplate.
I mean, if we split the cost.
Those are what are those?
They're expensive though.
Yeah, what are they? 300 to 400?
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe even depending on the quality. I'm sure.
Yeah, depending on the quality.
Yeah, because
we would get like a shitty one, shitty quality. Like
you probably order. Ooh, I bet you
can get it off Wish.
Off Wish, you could probably get it off Wish for $10. You're gonna get your $10 worth like 20 weeks later when y'all forgot. Why is this here? And when you get a pack. When you get a package from UPS or what have you, and you're like, I don't remember ordering this.
Like, why do I have this ugly ass breastplate?
I know. And then you're calling your friend going, hey, that breastplate came in, and it's like, girl,
the show's been canceled.
that was
we're on shutdown number 2.
Yeah, we're on shutdown number 2, girl. That was 5 shutdowns ago, girl. Let it go.
5 shutdowns ago.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, oh my God, here we are. COVID is going back. Numbers are going back up. And they're getting worse. They were worse than they were in March. Did you get an Amber Alert? Because I got an Amber Alert here in Houston.
Prepared for what is it called, for shutdown or for curfew? Yeah.
So we're either, and I was just telling him, I'm like, you know what? My restaurant is opening. Well, not my restaurant, but the restaurant that I work at. We'll be opening the first day tomorrow. And I actually don't go to work until Saturday because they have limited, for right now, it's limited scheduling. They're not going to be open a lot for right now. So I got the Saturday and Sunday shift, which is brunch here. And by the way, Houston is all about brunch.
It is. It is
all
about brunch.
So, yes, we like to get a little dapper for brunch.
Everyone's Gucci and Louis comes out.
Yes, we like to get a little dapper for brunch. And so it should be a busy brunch. But I'm really hoping that we don't go into if we do go into some kind of thing, we'll hopefully, it'll be just a curfew.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a curfew.
Because if it's just a curfew, most likely a lot of restaurants will probably close like super early. We're actually closed. The restaurant I'm working at is actually closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. What I'm looking at is more like the weekends. So I really do think that we probably will end up back in some kind of shutdown curfew situation here again. Because like I said, we just got an Amber Alert not too long ago. And I'm sure everybody in Houston is already...
Hopefully it happens like next week. Wait until after Thursday, after the show, please.
So, yes, let's wait until after the show on Thursday. But when they have done this on a Tuesday, they usually don't. In past experience, they usually don't shut things down or impose a curfew until
like later on that week or later like next week.
Yeah, either they're going to do it. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, they might do it on the weekend because that's when most people get out when it comes to bars and restaurants. So they might actually impose some kind of thing on the weekend.
I can see that happening.
So that will not come at a very good time for a lot of us.
My friend, where I was living before in Albuquerque, they just shut down too. Completely.
Yeah, they just shut down. A lot of places in a lot of states are starting to have mandatory shutdowns and the like. So, Texas is a little weird. Even though it is a Republican state, if things are already super bad in El Paso, things are already super bad in San Antonio. Houston, we're not quite there yet. We're not, because we have a bigger medical center. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. And when the world's largest medical center is now becoming inundated with COVID cases, then things have gotten really bad. So right now, like I said, we got the Amber Alert. So I'm gonna ask all you queens out there,
be prepared.
Y'all just be prepared, and y'all be careful. I think I am going to see Charlotte Shotgun perform on Thursday. I want to be like in the front row if I possibly can. I am going to tell Charlotte though that if it gets too bumper to bumper, I'm gonna have to exit.
Yeah. I think they're gonna have a cap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if it gets too bumper to bumper, I'm gonna have to exit because I can't be inside with all these people unless they're gonna perform it on the back patio, and then that's a different story. But
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. But I can't be bumper to bumper with all these people.
All them kids.
Mm-hmm. My blood pressure is a little off right now, so I want to make sure until we get it under. I think I'm going to get it under control here soon. I think that when my doctors and I figure out what the plan is, I think I'll have it back under control, and I'll be able to feel a little bit more at ease with my future plans. Because right now, eating a low sodium diet kind of sucks.
Yeah, right.
It kind of sucks because now,
Kind of.
yeah. So I have to get really creative when I'm cooking at home, and I have to cook at home more, which can be tiring. I'm going to be honest; it can be tiring sometimes. I really just want to get a Big Mac or a triple Whopper with cheese.
Some chicken nuggets.
Some chicken nuggets and call it a day, but
can't be doing all that.
I mean, I can make some chicken nuggets, but it's not
a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work, and I don't want to. I got all the. I have all these necessary tools in the kitchen to do it, but the prep work is just. It's just a pain in the ass.
Chicken.
I've got the chicken. I've got the flour. I've got an air fryer. I've got, all kinds of skillets and things that I bought over the summer when I didn't have anything to do and I had to learn how to cook. That kind of stuff. So
you know how to cook before?
I'm a pretty decent cook, but I felt like I improved my skills when we were mandatorily
not allowed to leave.
So, I think I did pick up skills, but you get tired of cooking at home.
You do get tired of
it.
You
get, oh my God, you get so tired of it.
Especially if you're just for 1, 2.
And, I, to be honest, don't mind cooking in bulk sometimes because I can make something in a crock pot and make it enough to last for 2 or 3 days. I make meals that taste better like the third day. Yeah. So, like a lot of stews. I made chicken and dumplings for the first time. I had never made chicken and dumplings.
How was that?
In my life, girl. It was okay. The first time I made it, it was a little doughy, but it was good. Like I said, by the second and third day, the flavors all melded together, and it was absolutely the first day not so great. But once I had to cook it and recook it and everything else, it was absolutely delicious, except for the fact that the biscuits were a little doughy. So I learned that lesson the next time I made chicken and dumplings. So they actually came out like dumplings, soft and all this other stuff in the middle. So it was quite good. And I used chicken thighs. I feel like we're on a cooking show, but we're not.
Chicken thighs. You
I
like
use
chicken
chicken
breast?
thighs. No, chicken breast is too dry.
Yeah, you're right. Unless it's roasted.
Yeah, if you make anything with chicken breast in the crock pot, every time it comes out dry.
Yeah, it does.
Every time I make something that involves a chicken breast in a crock pot, it comes out. Even if I just make a simple chicken soup.
No, you're right. I completely agree with you.
But with chicken thighs or legs or anything dark meat from the chicken, girl, I can cook it for 7 hours and it comes out perfect every time. Literally, it comes out perfect and it's juicy and everything. And I know I like my. I had salmonella poisoning about 20 years ago.
Oh my God.
So I make sure when I cook a chicken, I mean it's cooked. It is cooked.
Salmonella times again.
Yeah, exactly.
Salmonella doesn't need a visit.
She does not need it, especially not in the time of COVID. No, she does not.
Miss Salmonella, you need to stay home.
Exactly, and it's like I said, it's right now. It's getting pretty bad out there. It's not like I said. We're not at El Paso level where girl they have bodies piled upon bodies upon bodies. Girl, it's. I mean, they've literally had the military. I think they've had the military come in and had to open up little side tent hospitals kind of thing, kind of like a MASH situation. If y'all need to know what MASH is, Google it because I don't have time to explain that 1970s reference. But yeah, so they have like a MASH situation going on in El Paso, and like I said, I know it's getting pretty bad in other cities in Texas. Like I said, Houston has the world's largest medical center, so we are on the flip side. But even the Houston medical community is calling for. We need to slow it down.
That they're calling people from out of the country to come help.
Yeah,
it's that bad.
Oh, it's not just in El Paso; it's in a lot of places. A lot of places, by the way, that have been in denial about the virus for quite some time. Montana, North and South Dakota, a lot of places in the Midwest that are like, oh, this virus doesn't exist. And now their hospitals are overwhelmed to the point where people who are testing, nurses and doctors who are testing positive but have no symptoms are taking care of people who have symptoms or have severe symptoms. And the most interesting thing is that I saw a story. I don't want to get too much into this, but I saw a story online about a nurse who worked, I think it's Montana, who said that people who were sick were still in disbelief. Well, this isn't real. What am I really dying of? Why are you wearing a mask? There's no such thing as COVID. She said people who were dying, literally dying, were still in denial about the fact that they had COVID. So
because their president is fully saying that it's like if he could survive, I think him getting COVID was just a hoax. I really think so. I
really like to put it like this. He is the president of the United States. His health care is far above ours. So if it was a hoax, allegedly, or if it was, if he really did get COVID, the fact of the matter is he had the best medical care in the world. And access to drugs and all kinds of things that would help him get through it. Access to things that other hospitals don't have. And I think that's what makes it even worse. I think here you have a president who had COVID, then went out on the trail and still continued to spread it. Then, walking around doing little dances to YMCA, you just ruined the gay anthem for a generation. Thank you. You ruined it for your own generation, because actually it's from your own generation. It's from his own generation. So I mean, I was just a kid when that came out, but I grew up in the Madonna era, so YMCA was a little bit before me, but not that much. But the generation before that. So he's of that generation, and that gay anthem has been ruined for that entire generation. Most of which who voted for him anyway, but they're the ones who. I'm sure it's not the gays of that age definitely did not vote for him. But like I said, with the past election, I was surprised by how people voted. So, and what groups of people voted for Trump. So, I guess I wouldn't be surprised. I guess. I mean, there's a certain level of irony there. I'm just trying to get it on the tip of my tongue there.
Trump just sucks.
Yeah.
He sure does.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's
yeah, let's just
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, he's terrible. He's regardless, and like I said, I have been lucky to hear a bunch of conversations from people in Houston when it comes to talking about politics while I'm waiting at tables or what have you. And those I've often heard from those people who were Republicans who would say, he's just ruining this party. He's a complete idiot ruining this party. I'm ashamed to vote for. He is not a Republican in any way, shape, or form. And so those conversations would, kind of make me smile a little bit. You're still kind of a Republican, but I kind of have a little bit more respect for you because you acknowledging the fact that, he is not
terrible fucking client.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, person.
He's not an idiot. He's a smart man.
He isn't. Yeah,
he is a very smart man. So he's not an idiot. Stuff that he's a narcissist that we do know, and he has never apologized for anything. He's never taken responsibility for anything. The fact that we're at 11 million, we already reached 11 million. Can you believe that, girl? It took us a little bit of time to get to the 10 million mark, but it didn't take us that long. Less than a month to get to the 11 million mark, girl, and over when it comes to the number of COVID cases. And yet, for some reason, this president seems to think he did a fantastic job with it. And there are
enough. Like, look at all the people that recovered. I'm like, we're not talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Look at what it's done to the economy. Look what it's done to schools. Look what it's done. I mean, the fact of the matter is that you might have kept the deaths down on a certain level, but we're still at over 200,000 people who are dead. So unless you want to explain that one, your whole COVID response was pretty much a failure because you didn't let the scientists do the jobs. You didn't listen to your scientists. When you're not an expert at something, you need to listen to people who are experts at things. Like I said, I got in trouble today because a friend of mine had called and was talking about he had an issue with a back tire, with a back wheel because he kept hearing it squeak every time he would run over a bump.
Yeah,
and we were trying to, and they were trying to figure out if it was like a shock, if it was one of the shocks or if it was a strut or that kind of issue.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't want to go to the dealership looking foolish because I don't know what it is. And I don't know what a shock is and I don't know what a strut is and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, so you're asking two people who like to be under things but not under cars whether we know anything about struts or mufflers. And I laughed. I like I said, I kind of owe him an apology because he kind of took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
But as I was telling my other friend, I'm like, we're not experts. We're not experts on cars. You need to be talking. If you really want to know something about a car, you ask an expert. And the expert being a mechanic. Well, you can't trust mechanics and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, there are ways to be able to get information out of people when you need that information. And the biggest way to get something out of information is just to acknowledge the fact that they know more than you.
Yeah.
And nothing makes a person smile more than hearing someone go, hey, you're an expert at this. Can you tell me this and that? Because they will not stop talking.
Yeah.
They will take the time out of their busy day to explain to you in full detail what something is, what the difference between a shock and a strut is. I don't know what the difference between a shock and a strut is, and to be quite honest, I'm not really that concerned about it. But if I wanted to know, I'm not going to ask my best friend who
barely knows. You don't even drive.
I mean, he's no, well, not me, but my other friend, and he's like, well, I've owned at least 50 cars, and I'm like, but owning 50 cars does not make you an expert. I know how to cut meat. That doesn't make me a surgeon.
A butcher.
Yeah, exactly. Or a butcher. Not even a butcher, really. I just cut meat. So, asking someone who is not an expert, who has no idea about what they're talking about, and then when you tell them, hey, why don't you hey, I don't have a problem with admitting, I don't know, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. You need to talk to an expert. Well, you would think you would know I know how to change a tire. Mm-hmm. I know how to put oil, transmission. I know how to do the basics. I know how to drain an oil cap. I know how to change the oil by draining it from the bottom and everything. I know how to do the basics. You get into anything further than that, you can forget it.
Like that's yeah, thing.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't go to school for that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I learned what it was called man basics at the time.
I know those too.
Yeah, barely. Where my father took us boys to the side and said, well, these are the things that you need to know as a man when it comes to owning a vehicle. And these things are very important that you know. Of course, I don't think he ever taught this to the girls. I don't know if he ever taught it to the girls. Well, unfortunately, the marriage didn't last long enough by the time the girls, I think, got to a certain age. But I honestly don't think he ever taught the girls because he always had a misogynistic view when it came to women. So I don't think he taught the girls anything other than to be pretty.
Oh, wow.
And the basics the boys had to teach several brothers had to teach the sisters about the ways of teenage boys. Uh-huh. So, and that's how they got through without getting pregnant. So, and the many, many, many excuses that a boy will use to get into your pants. I mean, literally and my middle brother being the, let's see, the Rico Suave kind of, Lothario of I'm sorry, I'm throwing out some big words on y'all.
Rico Suave.
Yes. I mean, being, the Lothario or the expert on girls, so to speak. Of course, I mean, he's a teenage boy. Every teenage boy thinks there's an expert on girls. I had to sit down. We all sat down with them and told them all the lines that they will use, all the things that and especially when you have the youngest one, not the youngest one, but the younger one by, I think 11 had already, a pair of double D's.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Your sister?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Half sister already had a good sized pair of
titties.
Good sized pair of titties there, and ooh, when I say that about my half sister, it just makes ugh. But she had a good sized pair of titties, which meant that it was us walking her to school every day because she's still in elementary school. Walking her to school every day to make sure, because the boys would not stop bothering her.
Oh my God.
So,
even
yeah.
though she was young?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The boys were very rapey. Oh. I want to, no, not pedophiles. I mean, they were her age. Oh. But, and creepy. In fact, there was also a lot of older men hanging out at the schools at the time. Yeah. So she had to be protected not only from the rapey little boys, but from the rapey grown men. Who might be walking around the schools going, well, she's built like that. I thought she was at least 16.
Like, sir, get out.
Mm-hmm, exactly. I don't need, sir, do you even have any kids to be hanging out around this school?
Like, sir, why are you here?
Why are you here? There's no, security. It was not a very secure environment for children at the time. So we did the best we could. It was the early 90s. We did the best we could. So, they survived. The youngest one didn't quite develop as much as her older, her older sister, who later on would have to get reduction because
really
they just got unmanageable. She wanted to be a teenager, and can you imagine hauling those things around? while trying to do flips and all kinds of stuff. And she got her grandmother's boobies. Her grandmother's boobies were like out. I mean, just gigantic. And she enjoyed her. She grew up old school. There was nothing she could do about her gigantic ones. They didn't have the technology back then to take care of that.
She got them like removed when she was younger.
Yeah, she got them reduced.
Reduced, sorry.
Yeah, I think she got them reduced. Maybe in her early 20s. I feel weird.
Oh, wow.
I feel weird talking about that, but I just want it. There's a point to it. So yeah. So
what is the point? How did we even?
I don't even. Oh, what was the point of that? I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen.
What was the point? Where were we
Yeah,
going?
exactly. So
kids are rapey.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are rapey. Kids are rapey.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So it was like I said. I think I just devolved into growing up in the 90s and all this other stuff. So
yes.
So the thing is that, like I said, there were some. I dealt with my high school years at the time where I experimented with dress because it was the time to experiment with how you dressed and everything. Boy George was running around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duran Duran with everybody. Every musical act in the 80s had makeup. Were men with makeup on. Mm-hmm. So I was able to kind of dress a bit androgynous, or that kind of push the limits, so to speak, when it came to dress.
I remember that. Well, I wasn't there, but I remember like that sort of.
Mm-hmm. It always got me a lot of looks, but it never got me to the point where it was
bad.
Where it got into bully territory, where I got bullied. I knew how to go exactly just enough.
Yeah.
Without crossing the line. So. And in fact, I would usually either get compliments, or I would get like a little, "Why are you doing that?" kind of thing. There was one instance, and we're going to go to a break here soon. There was one instance that I wore. I had Converse high tops, which were super cheap back then. I mean, they were cheap. They were considered a cheap tennis shoe.
My mom said that too.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so
she said she had Converse growing
Converse and Vans. They were considered super cheap back then. And I went and bought a pair of red ones and a pair of white ones and a pair of blue ones because they were super cheap. And I would wear mismatched colors of shoes to school. And all the kids, and when I'd walk down the hall, and here's a typical day for Joel in high school. Hospital pants.
Pants.
Yes. Hospital pants, super baggy. Then I'd have my George Michael Choose Life T-shirt with my Boy George hat on the back of my head, and I chose red and white or blue and red or whatever I chose to wear, and oddly enough, a black briefcase. I love
a black
yes,
briefcase.
I
Okay,
was
I can
all
see that.
about a black briefcase. My dad had got it from a yard.
Was it in the 90s?
This was no, this is late 80s. Like 86, 85, 86 is when I really started to be more outrageous when it came. And graduation year 87, when I didn't really care what people started to think at the time. So. I think it was actually my slow coming out. I was slowly coming out, I think. So I would be more experimental with the way I dressed and how I did my hair. I wore an earring which freaked my dad out.
Was it a real earring?
Because, I wore it in the gay ear at the time. So, because there was a straight ear and a gay ear.
It's still a thing.
I know, right? We're still doing the gender weirdo crap, like with Harry Styles and the dress thing on Vogue.
That was really ugly.
Okay, the dress was ugly, but I don't think the point was the fact that it was an ugly dress, because we all know
wasn't the dress wasn't he wearing like a hat and then something pink, and you could see his bulge? I'm like,
I think so. And then there was the tuxedo with the thing, and I'm like, we've already seen that, and Billy Porter did that, and she already did that better. So, I didn't see what the big deal was.
Like straight people trying to do queer things. And this is like, you saw that like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She's what is it? She already had hers. Is
Yeah, exactly. She done already had hers. Exactly. So, everybody made a big deal about the fact that we need strong men to be men, and I'm like, it takes a strong man to wear a dress on a magazine.
Period.
It takes a lot of to be a heterosexual man wearing a dress on the cover of Vogue. By the way, the first man to ever grace the cover of Vogue. To be a heterosexual man to grace which, like I said, I don't understand what the big deal was. He's a heterosexual cisgender man in a dress. What the fuck did everybody make a big deal about?
I don't think they were ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
They honestly weren't.
Okay. We've already been seeing Billy Porter do it for like the last year. That tuxedo dress, by the way, is still the dress that stays on my brain. When he showed up, my mouth just dropped. I'm like, look at this bitch here. Look at this bitch here. Holy shit. Now, of course, he couldn't wear the dress because it was it wouldn't have been comfortable to sit in the audience. But to be on the red carpet in that dress, in that tuxedo dress, was the shit. That's when I dropped my drawers then. But for Harry Styles, not so much. All right, so we're gonna take a break, and we're going to be back in just a couple of minutes. Miss Charlotte is at the point of she's got a little glitter going on around the eyes. Now, this is just pre-drag, her Tuesday drag. By the time Thursday comes around, she's going to talk a little bit more about that in the next part of the show. So, and like I said, I don't want to confuse anybody because, like I said, we do episodes on like the day or two before, and then we release them on Thursday. So don't get confused, y'all. I don't want y'all showing up at the Eagle going, where's the drag show? Girl, that was on a Tuesday. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back. And we're back.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. It's Joel Tatum and Charlotte Shotguns again. She's still in transition, y'all.
She's getting there.
She's still in transition. Before we get into the second part of the show, we went kind of long-winded in the first part.
Yeah, we did.
Or I kind of went long-winded in the first part. I might have gone a little long-winded.
I learned a lot about your family.
Yeah. By the way, the point of that whole segment was ask people who know what they're talking about.
Referring to your friend's car.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're like, how the fuck did we even get here?
Because, yeah, like I said, we were trying to, we had to actually stop and take a break for a second and go, okay, so how did we get to this point?
How did we really get here?
And it really started off with the fact that we were talking about the fact that Trump does not listen to people who know more about what's going on than he does, especially when it's scientists. So that was the point of me having to drag out a long. I hope entertaining. Don't worry, y'all are not going to find my sister. Y'all can try to look it up, but y'all are not going to find my sister, and she doesn't really listen. They're all on a different kick, so it's not like she's listening. She's the warmest, sweetest, friendliest person on the planet, and I can guarantee you that, especially with some of the stuff that she's getting through, that I'm not going to go into detail. But she's the warmest, friendliest person on the planet. They have a lovely family, and she don't listen to the show anyway because we talk trash. we get trashy and we talk about things. So
they're not about that.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not exactly a very family friendly show. If y'all haven't figured that out from listening to us by now, then I don't.
Then you're not family friendly.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know how some shows where it's like, hey, just to let you know, we use explicit language and blah 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 blah. That's pretty much marked every time I do every episode, so you should know.
Every time you hear my voice, just be prepared.
Yeah, just be prepared. Get your cocks out. Get your waps ready.
The wax.
Yes, exactly. So, because it's going to get downright dirty in here. Before.
I only have turtle wax.
Before. Oh Lord. I'm gonna when we start talking about your show, I'm gonna need you to explain something that you told me last week, but I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
But before we get into that part, because we have time to do it, friendly reminder, our sponsor, of course, Tuvi's Woodworking.
Gives you what?
Tuvi gives you what? Wood. Oh my God, I ruined that. Let's do that again, because I was going to shout it, and then you just said it in a sexy voice. So we'll say it in the sexy voice.
Okay.
Tuvi's Woodworking. Tuvi gives you wood. Yes. Yes. Once again, go to thatlittlegaytalks.com, scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see a lovely picture of me and Miss Charlotte on the way down. You'll see more of Miss Charlotte on the way down, because there's a lot of Miss Charlotte going on.
Just everywhere.
Yes. So you'll see a lovely photo of me and Miss Charlotte on the way down to the bottom. Go all the way to the bottom.
All the way to the bottom.
All the way. And I know there's a lot of gays out there that don't like to admit that they like to go all the way to the bottom.
Yes,
but
you everybody loves to go.
But you come on, you were at the bottom before I even said it. Scroll all the way to the bottom, see Tubi's Woodworking, click on that, and it'll take you to where you can order all kinds of wood products. And I mean lots of wood products.
All the wood products.
He does have a special on cutting boards. He can make you a fantastic cutting board.
Get your cutting board in my face.
Get that motherfucking cutting board out of my face.
Get that motherfucking cutting board out of my face. What is that from?
I'm thinking that
it's like a mixture of like no more wire hangers.
It's like a mixture of Latrice Royale from
yes, get those.
And another reference from I'm thinking it's a movie, but I can't recall. If you know out there, listeners, let us know, because
that's where the original thing is from, right?
Yeah, I think that's where the original is from. Like I said, because let's send some shout outs to, because some people, hey girl, some people like the page.
Yay.
Some people like the page. We asked that y'all say something, do something, so we can know that you are out there.
That we are seen.
That we are heard. So some people like the page. Let's say hello to Miss Stella Rodriguez.
Hi, Stella
and
Rodriguez.
Jay Hawkins. One from California and the other one's from Houston.
Oh, wow.
We have Sean Aguilar, Angelo S. Ortiz Velis.
Oh, I know them.
And Mike War, who recently just gave us a like today. So yes, Mike. Yes, Mike War. I love that name.
Mike War or Mike War?
War. W-A-R.
Okay.
We don't know him to call him a whore.
Not yet.
So, Mike, if you're listening, you're a whore.
If you're not a whore, I can.
But if you're not a whore, we can make you one.
Accept that as well.
Yes, exactly. So,
everyone's a whore.
Everyone's a little bit of a whore.
Except for my mom, she's a good Christian woman.
Oh, don't let. I mean, like I said, I'm going down the same road too.
Downward spiral into hell.
Yep. Downward spiral into hell, because amazingly enough, my mom was a Christian woman, and I don't know what happened after that. And then my stepmother, who wasn't a Christian woman, is now suddenly a Christian woman.
Everyone's trying to get on that cloud.
Yeah, exactly. I guess when my mom turned maybe 50, maybe 60, she was a Christian woman. And now I don't even think she goes to church. I don't even know if she knows that there's a church. So,
your mom?
So, but my stepmother, she married a preacher. So there's all kinds of church going on. But my mom, no, like I said, I think for her it was a phase.
A church phase. We accept your church phase.
Yes, exactly. Miss Charlotte, like I said, she is preparing face. She's beating that face I'm not going to say for the gods tonight.
Maybe for the blood.
Because once again, we're recording on a Tuesday. So
I'm just really red. I just look really blushed out.
She's beating it for the, I don't know,
for the side street.
For the side street. She's just making a quick appearance for a little charity event at the Eagle. She will be beating it for the gods on Thursday. She's going to get into I'm going to let her get into that a little bit more in a second, but she will be beating it for the guys when she puts on her first show at Ripcord. And I'm so excited. It'll be on the 19th, which, like I said, by the time this episode comes out, it's on the 19th.
So if you're listening to it beforehand, it's not 10 o'clock yet.
It's not 10 o'clock.
Where to go.
Yeah, exactly. If you're in Houston and it's not 10 o'clock and you're listening to this, exactly. And if you, show up and give a shout out to the show so she'll know that you were like, hey, you listen.
There's some bleach on me.
Yeah, girl. Do not encourage that kind of behavior. We live in this kind of society. Do not encourage that behavior. I swear to God, I will whoop a bitch's ass if somebody tries to throw bleach anywhere near a stage. So let that be said right now. Girl, don't joke like that. Do not joke like that. I will beat a bitch's ass the moment I see a Clorox bottle flying across the room. All I say is you better run. You don't want to mess with this bitch. So you're not gonna mess with you're not gonna mess with my baby. You are not. I will whoop a bitch's ass. And if I can't whoop your ass, I'll find some other people to do it. And trust me, all it takes is a couple of drinks.
Right, like free shots after we whoop their ass.
Yeah, exactly. She'll have a gang in less than 30 seconds.
Gang. A pumpkin gang.
So, Gone Girl, I've been Mrs. Talkfire this entire time. So it's time for you to promote yourself, girl.
So
promote yourself.
The show. Let's talk about the show.
So
the concept of the show is basically a regular drag show, but it's also a competition show for baby queens that have never had the stage to actually show themselves out. And at the end of the thing, there's going to be everybody does a number, including the contestants and the performers. Then towards the end of the show, the contestants will come back on stage, and there's going to be a lip sync battle. But the crowd picks the two highest ones, 2 or 3, depending on how it is. And whoever moves on to that next round has to perform a song of mine and my co-host's choice. I want to tell you the song, but it's so stupid. But
are you going to save that for a surprise for us?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Because it's going to be really stupid. It's really going to be stupid. Because we sat down, what should we do? We picked songs. I'm like, actually, let's do this song. And it's more of I guess you'll see. But we've been talking about it, and we're both super stoked. The performer that wins at booking for the next show, if there is a next show.
Don't say that.
I know. I'm just kidding. It's just or else.
Don't say that because I'm. Lord.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have to come over there and whoop your ass too, girl.
No. There is definitely going to be another show. We for sure see it because it's already been the talk of the whole city. They're like, who is this queen and why does she have a show now? She just moved here. I was like, you're about to find out.
Because you have to show it out, girl. You have to show it out. But if anybody can show it out, I know it's you, girl. I know it's you. What time are we talking, girl?
So the show starts at 10. 10 at night. 10 to probably 1 at the latest, maybe 12. We're trying to hit 12, only 2-hour show. So it's going to be easy. It's going to be simple. Nothing too crazy.
Girl, don't forget girl. Don't forget to introduce your co-host, which I will be getting to know here quite soon.
Yeah, eventually. They actually live 4 minutes away from you, which is funny. But they're also really busy. Very busy. So, it's hard to put both of us together at the same. The only time we hang out is when he's working, I'll go visit him at his job, or if I'm working, he'll come visit me at my job. So that's when we hang out. But aside from that, we actually try to, last Saturday we went, instead of going out, we ended up just going to his house and working on costumes and concepts and music and everything. I'm I felt like an old lady. I'm I haven't done responsible work in a long time like that.
Is there a name? What's the name of the show?
The name of the show is Control Alt Drag. So there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser, and the loser gets deleted. So it's like a little bit of a cyber sort of vibe to it, like super like Control Alt Delete thing on that. But it's alternative drag, which is also the thing of it. So this is about pop music, you know what I mean? Like it's just like super robotica sort of vibe that we want going on.
All right. And
the co-host is named Frankie Fraud. They're really good. They've been living in Houston for 2 years now, and they've never given an opportunity. He's like, I've been living here for 2 years, and you've been living here for 2 months, and we already have a show together. How is that even possible? I was like, and he's like, and you never performed anywhere. He's like, how did you manage to do that? I was like,
okay, you did tell him that you do have some performance skills from Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. He knows where I'm from, and he knows that I've done parties and everything. And like he looked at my stuff, and I'm like, I've performed in like 20 states already. So it's just like, I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
So it's not like this is my first time ever doing anything. It's like I'm legit. Like I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like you either want me or you don't. Like we can move forward or we can never talk about this. But he's actually someone. He's like, hey, like I like your work ethics. Let's do it. He gave us the day after that. He gave us the show. 2 days later, we gave him the flyer. We gave him who was going to be the performers, and we moved on from there. So everything's been running really smoothly, really fast, and we're happy. I think I'm just really happy that I'm going to have an opportunity to show Texas who I am and what I'm going to bring. And has been like a lot of people that are like, why is this queen getting a stage? Especially at Ripcord, because Ripcord isn't really like that sort of thing.
No, Ripcord, for those of you who don't know, who don't live in Houston, Ripcord is strictly a leather bar, and it had been for quite some time. And I don't recall anything to do with drag unless it has something to do
with fetishy,
with fetishes or BDSM or what have you. And that was very rare in itself. So this is a rare opportunity for Ripcord to kind of like
go out of their
way to
do something different.
So I have to applaud Ripcord. Hopefully I'll get in. I hope I don't have a picture up on the wall.
No, they don't have
going.
They really don't.
Please do not let this guy come back in. He likes to make out with everybody here.
No, that's everyone I Ripcord.
You know, I ask permission. I do get consent.
Really? Do you ask, am I allowed in here?
Huh?
Do you ask, am I allowed in here before you go?
No. I don't. In fact,
I make from the people you make out.
Yes, from the people I make out with. No,
I thought you were from like you're just standing outside. Like, am I allowed in?
Yes, exactly. I don't walk up to the first. I'm not like looking for my picture or anything on the wall or.
You're like, the coast is clear, guys.
Okay. Can Joel get in here? Yeah, girl. I don't even know who that is. Then come on in, girl.
Like, is there anything about Joel not being allowed in?
Yeah, exactly. So
nothing. Okay.
So, in between sets, can people say hello?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'll come out and say hi.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because I'll just be next to the stage.
Because I'm going to try to be as close to the action as possible. Because I do want people to know that you also have podcasts going on, and try to push your drag agenda.
I'll tell them.
On
this is my co-host Joel. Everyone, pull out your phone and subscribe right now.
Exactly. So, I'm there for more for moral support than anything else, but I do want people to know that you are a co-host of a drag show. I mean, of podcast. So. So everybody can get to know, listen to past episodes. You can listen and find out his full tea, because he has told the full tea from the first time that he hopped out of an RV till now. So
they're living in all these other crazy rural
yeah, exactly.
areas, living in little old Houston. Little old Houston.
So you can definitely hear from past episodes a little bit more tea about you. So, because I want people to know as much tea about you as possible. So it's like if you need to know a little bit more information, here's the card.
Right? If you want to get some bad tea on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Some drunk tea on me.
Because I think I don't think on the episodes where we got a little twisted.
No, we never said anything bad.
We never. Too bad.
To my knowledge, to my brain.
To my knowledge, I just had to make sure this bitch got home safely.
Goes to the bar right after.
I know. I just had to. Yes, exactly. I just had to. Girl, go home.
I got my ripcords.
Go home. Don't go to. Girl, I'm already at ripcord.
Already 3 beers in.
I'm already 3 beers in. Well, at least make sure somebody takes you home.
Fully did. Go home with someone.
So yes, ma'am. So you will not only see her, but you'll see me. But I'm not going to be. This is all about her. So that I'm going to make sure that everybody knows this is all about her. But here's a little card if you want to know.
Just to touch my face.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Unfortunately, I didn't get the new cards that I was hoping to get, but basically it's just because you see me in a red t-shirt and underwear in front of a microphone doesn't mean that she's not a part of the show. She's part of the show.
She's part of it, I promise.
Yeah, exactly. It's just at that stage of the card development, she was just a guest host every now and then, and now she's like a permanent host. So it's a different tea. But we'll work all that stuff out. The more shows she do, the more y'all will get to know her. The more y'all will hear her and know her and love her and know her. Y'all gonna know her.
Y'all gonna love her.
Y'all gonna know her, so to speak. And like I said, y'all gonna know her and love her and all this other stuff. So, we will next week's show we will have his co-host from the show on. And they can
talk about how it was. We can talk about him. He's really interesting. Very, very interesting guy.
Mm-hmm. So
I love him. He's everything. He's like me. That's why. We both work at gay bars. We both are like hairy. It's so weird. Super relatable.
I only got a glimpse of is he a redhead?
No. Well, kind of. He colored his hair red.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, a redhead. He needs to stay outside my door because I have a weakness for redheads.
Right? Just keep dyeing your hair red. Fine.
Now, I like my redheads to be a little bit more natural, but if you still look... excuse me. If you still look good with red hair, I'll be like, okay.
Like, hello.
Hello, how you doing? If the carpets don't match the drapes, you're not staying tonight, but you can stay till 2.
There's just no carpets.
Yeah, exactly. But if the carpet and the drapes match, then
you get breakfast.
You get breakfast, maybe lunch, and depending on how pale you are, maybe dinner.
Oh my God. This is without alcohol, too, guys.
I know this is without alcohol, so I'm just being real. I mean, I don't mind him a little glow in the dark.
He is glow in the dark.
I do not mind him a little glow in the dark. So
he's also to tell you for you, well, whatever. He's also non-binary. We talked a lot about that too, because he's like the first other person that's actually like sort of in the same spectrum where we're super masculine, passing, but we both identify as non-binary, but we also don't care about our pronouns. It's just more of our us thing instead of
I get it.
Yeah.
I completely get it. So. So we need to take a quick break, and then we're gonna finish out the show because I'm gonna have to get this bitch out of here. Oh, it's only 7:00, but she needs to be. What time you need to hit the road, girl? 8:30.
25 minutes away.
Okay, all right. Because because I want her to spend some time and like get that face beat. I mean. Get that face beat, and she's yawning. We had a long, hard day.
We sure did.
we had a long, hard day. So this episode might be a little shorter than the episodes that we normally do. And like I said, neither one of us has no booze in our systems at all. And we have absolutely no booze. And I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it too. I'm not even probably going to drink tonight.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Like I said, I didn't want to, for me, I didn't want to drink knowing full well I had to go to the doctor. But I was like so looking forward to having a cocktail today because I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I've been without a cocktail for 4 days just so I can get ready for the doctor. And now I still didn't get to see the doctor. Now I can't have a cocktail. I mean, I can. Like I said, it's just a follow up just to make sure, my hypertension is under control. And like I said earlier in the podcast, there are certain foods I'm missing. I'm missing my Mexican food. I'm missing my taco truck so bad.
Oh, the taco trucks are everything.
Oh, the taco trucks are everything. You can't walk up to a taco truck and go, "Hey, I'm on a low sodium diet." Can you put avocado and lettuce and tomato in a corn tortilla and call it a day?
Avocado. That sounds good, actually.
It does sound good, but I kind of I need my barbacoa or my chicken, or my pork. But I forget which one it is.
All of them.
I need. Well, I don't like the lingua. Ugh. I don't like anything about tongue. I don't want no tongue up in my taco. I mean, I want a tongue up in my taco, but you know what I mean.
But not that kind of tongue.
But not that kind of tongue. Not that kind of tongue. So, we're gonna take, like I said, a little bit of a break. I think we're gonna finish out the show with a little. I'm trying to think. Oh, I was gonna talk about a little bit of a dilemma when it comes to using social media apps. And when I mean the apps, I mean like Scruff, Grindr. Well, I don't have Grindr. I decided a long time ago that when Grindr first came out, I'm like, I don't want to be the creepy old guy, because I never want to be the creepy old guy on a young person's app. I mean, I think young people should have a good time talking to each other, that blah 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 blah, on their own app and having a good time where they don't have to worry about some. And I'm not a creepy old guy. But I don't want to be considered the creepy old. Nobody wants to be. No man ever wants to ever be called creepy. That's the worst, I think, thing that you can say to a man is that he's creepy. So, yeah. So we're having a little bit of dilemma with the most. You know what? It's almost always Growler. I don't know if I'm hot enough for Scruff. I mean, I'm on Scruff, but I don't know. I feel like Scruff.
I get hit on the most on Scruff.
I get to hit on the most on Growler, and it's never the type of guys I want to hit on, except for occasionally once or twice, but then I never answer them back. So we're going to get into that in just a second. So everybody, take a few seconds, and we'll be right back.
Bing.
And we're back.
Hi, welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. You need to push that microphone toward you a little more.
Welcome back.
She's deep in the process. She's almost done. We need to finish this out because it's getting close to the finish line here where she's going to have to get out of here. I wish I can come see you tonight.
Yeah.
But one, I'm not feeling that great now. And two, like I said, I don't want to get out and about too much. So like I said, I'm saving the big thing for.
Big thing.
I'm saving your big debut.
To be there.
Oh my God, I burped. Oh my God, that was a good burp.
Did it get everything out? Did it release all the demons?
It released some. It released most of the demons. Yes.
That's good.
Sorry, we were having a little bit of a tummy issue, and I was feeling a little nauseous. I drank a protein shake. And for some reason, it did not set with my stomach. And it's like I said, to reiterate the point once again, it's my fault because I took my medication. I did not eat anything, so I'm feeling a little crappy.
Where did you find a protein shake from?
Oh, I have protein shakes in the
oh wow,
in the counter. I was going to start working out, and then I had to get all my health stuff together first before I hit the gym. So I want to make sure that everything's under control and everything else before I hit the gym.
Okay.
So we kind of want to start working on that beach body for next week, for next year. Because hopefully with all the vaccines that they're working on, and they are working on quite a few vaccines right now, several different companies are, and several different countries are getting closer and closer to vaccines. And Dr. Fauci said that probably by the second half of 2021, we can almost get back to normal. So there's some good news in the future.
In the works.
There's some good news in the works. We just have to survive this winter, and I think this winter, like I said, is probably going to be the worst. But I think that we are going to survive this, and I know that a lot of us are having a hard time, because we're a little tired. We want to get back at. I know that this is probably why everybody's being foolish right now. It's because we were tired of being in the house. We were tired of this life that we were leading. We weren't able to go out and socialize and be with family and friends and all this other stuff. So I know that the reason, part of the reason why COVID has gone extremely through the roof is because of the fact that we just got tired of being in. So, but we need to stick to our ground. We need to stick to our guns.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not discouraging any queens from going out. I still want to see you on Thursday, but make sure, like I said, 6 feet, wash your hands, wear your mask. It's as simple as that. Keep it simple. And by the way, Ripcord, this show is going to be going on inside. Rotate in and out outside so you can get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Make sure you rotate. I think that's the best thing we can do right now. And the weather is very nice here in Houston right now. So I definitely would rather be sitting outside with a cute little jacket on. Cause you know, I love when the weather gets cooler, the clothes get cuter. So, you know, with a cute little jacket on, maybe a nice martini in my hand and watching the show. But like I said, go in and out and you'll be fine.
They have the big door open with all the fans and stuff.
Yeah, they have the big door with all the air circulating and everything else. So,
but still,
but you know, like I said, take a break from the show every now and then and step outside. She'll still be going on. So exactly, she'll still be on. She'll be there. You can hear. Trust me, if Ripcord has it set up right, either you'll have monitors outside where you can watch the show.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, I hope they do. They should. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. I don't know about that a lot.
Have some monitors out on the back patio where people can watch the show from outside.
Just have someone FaceTime.
Yeah, exactly. Inside. Or, well, I mean, show it live. I mean, you want to show it IRL. So, you know, just having, you know, just simple cameras. That's all it takes. A couple of simple cameras. And you can show it on the monitor couple of monitors outside.
That is a good idea, though.
So you might want to broach them on that the next time after you finish with this episode of your show, just to encourage people to get out, to be outside and everything else. So,
like, don't be a dumb bitch.
So, because we don't need no dumb bitches.
The only dumb bitch here is me.
No, I'm not agreeing. I just said but I didn't agree that you were a dumb bitch. It's just if most people and most of my friends know me, I have this tick. I think it was described one time that I have a tendency to say and I have several different ways of saying that they know whether or not I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
Whether or no I'm excited or thrilled, excited or sad. There's one where I'm angry, and then there's one where I'm like, "Girl, what's wrong with you?" That's
me.
And I don't have to say a lot of. And a lot of people say, "You, Joel, we know exactly what mood you're in."
Just by your
Just listening to your So there we go with that. So, like I said, she's really, like I said, she's really getting, you know, prepared and everything else. So I'm gonna keep it light and breezy tonight. So, because you're really gonna know more information the following week, because, like I said, this is gonna be a once a month gig for now, depending on how successful it is and how much fun.
Maybe I'll do like other shows, but two times a month is kind of a lot though, just because it's a lot of costume making, and then we both have like our side hustle beside. So like we would rather do that once a month. We would work other places.
Yes.
But this is like whole directing the show, finding the cast, getting everything put together. So it's part of like the actual like thing that's hard about producing a show, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, of course.
It's just like actually like going out.
I mean, I'm doing it on a small level with a podcast. I mean, you're doing it on a grander level. So
like finding people to come in.
yeah, exactly.
Talking about payment, then having people to perform, then having a DJ, then the cash prize, and then how the whole thing is going to work out. Like who's performing first, what are we doing first, et cetera, et cetera. Just, you know, it's little small things that in the grander thing is just a big thing. Put together is a big thing.
I think that if you decide that you want to go even grander later on, when you do have the time, I think I might have to reach out to some older queens who kind of have experience in this area, who could kind of like help you out with certain things. But when you decide, not any time before that. Yeah. So because I'm not. I'm not worried in the least because you are a part of this show, but I know that you're going to start getting busier and busier and busier. So your time's going to be, hey Joel, we need to do the show, and then I got shit to do, and I understand that because I'm probably going to be tailing around. Oh,
sorry, that was like right in the camera.
Okay, we are enjoying our Topo Chicos.
Yeah. Really, the demons.
Yes, exactly. Trying to get these demons out, girl.
That smelled like meat, and I haven't had meat in like.
Oh
3
my
days.
god, mine smelled of chicken and broccoli because that's exactly what I had for. That's what I had for lunch today. Chicken and broccoli, no sauce. The most boring Chinese food you could possibly, with rice and hot mustard. Oh, you know what? I can't say this enough. I love me some hot mustard.
I don't think I've ever had about mustard.
I don't understand why I can't find hot mustard in the store though. I cannot find hot mustard unless I go now in Houston. There's a couple places.
There's Asian Mart.
There's an Asian Mart on the southwest side of town, but there's also a lot of Asian restaurants in Midtown. But I wish they had an Asian Mart.
There's H Mart. Have you been to H Mart? H Mart is an Asian store, like an Asian. It's just like a public or a Kroger for Asian.
For Asian culture. Yeah. I need because if I just need a jar of hot mustard. Hot mustard, I could put hot mustard on anything.
I don't think I've ever had hot mustard.
Oh my god, it's like yellow mustard but super spicy. And it's just,
I think I've seen it, but
it's just delicious.
Yeah, I've never cared for mustard like that. So, I mean, next time I'll see it, I'll probably try it. Just because it's like, it sounds good.
It's got, now I'm going to say a little bit of wasabi mixed in and this and that. And I'm going to say wasabi, it might be horseradish. Okay. But it might,
the same level of spiciness.
But it's got a spice. It's just, it adds something. I just slather it on any Chinese dish, and I'm just the happiest camper. And I get mad if they don't have it. Oh, we don't have it. How do you not have hot mustard? And then I realize, not every,
not every place is the same.
We have to remember that. I mean, you probably can't get it at a Vietnamese place or a Chinese. You can get it at a Chinese place, but maybe not a Vietnamese or a Japanese place or something. Although the cultures do mix here in Houston, so you probably 90% of the time I've never had a problem with getting hot mustard, no matter what style of Asian food I'm eating. It might be a little harder when I'm eating Japanese food though, because when I'm eating Japanese food, it's a little harder to get my hands on.
Yeah, I worked at multiple Japanese restaurants, and I've never been asked for that. And
I
probably have, but I just didn't know what it was. I don't think we have that.
Exactly. And when everything gets back to normal, including myself as well, I miss sushi so much. Oh my god. None of my friends like sushi.
I love sushi. I used to work at multiple sushi bars.
Okay, girl, we gonna
get sushi.
Finally, me and my friend, and I have to introduce you to my friend Ronnie because she is she's amazing. She and I used to every afternoon, a couple afternoons a week, we'd go and get sushi and just sit out and chill and be all fabulous and all this other stuff.
Do
And
they have any unlimited sushi things here? Pay like $25 and then you get all these rolls.
they used to. They don't. I don't think they do. There was one place that we used to love called the Bento Box. It's no longer here. And you can get like this whole, basically a bento box.
Of sushi?
Of different kinds of sushi. And
Do you like sashimi?
I like sushimi. Love it.
Like anything that's like that. Ceviche, anything with raw fish. It's just like
I try
incredible.
not to. I realize that tuna and salmon have some issues with mercury, so you don't try to eat too much of that. I don't usually worry about it. I don't eat that much.
Albacore?
Yeah, I don't usually worry. I don't eat that much tuna. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Most of the tuna that I eat usually comes out of the can. I will sometimes venture out and get like a tuna steak. The restaurant I work at makes a very nice tuna steak sandwich.
I love tuna steak. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, it makes a very good tuna steak sandwich. But I don't. I think I eat it about maybe once or twice a month. And I think that's really all you need to eat when it comes to tuna until we get this environmental shit taken care of. Because oh good God, you kids ain't gonna have much left.
No, I mean,
oh good Lord.
at this point we're like whatever.
Yeah,
We're gonna die.
I mean, we're gonna overfish everything. Somebody's talking about some meteor that's gonna hit Earth in about 50 years. I'm like, oh my God, this generation is screwed.
I'll probably be dead.
I'll be dead by that time.
70. I'll be 70.
Good and comfortably dead by the time the meteor hits, if it does hit. So, and if the meteor doesn't do it, climate change will. So I have no idea how we gonna fix all this. Greta, girl, you have a lot of work to do because
not me. I'll be dead by then.
16-year-old Greta, girl, she's only 10 years.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg. Girl, you got a mess of a world to clean up, and I realize that. And like I said, I've said this many a times on this show. I've had to apologize for a lot of social issues for Gen X. I've had to now I have to apologize for the environment from Gen X. You're not gonna hear no apology from baby boomers. They don't give a shit.
Oh, like
boomers are like, we're gonna die we're gonna be dead in the next few years anyway. We don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
Y'all gonna get whatever you get. But
they're the reason why everything's all fucked up.
I at least have another 20 to 30 years left on this planet. Maybe if everything works out, okay, another 20 to 30 years left on this planet. I had to live on this planet too. So, I'm sorry for what we did.
I'm sorry, Heaney.
I'm sorry for what my generation. I'm sorry, millennials and Gen Zs. We messed it up, and I'll be a representative for my group because some of my group is stupid. I mean, did you see the Trump vote last time? Yeah, we can be stupid. I'm sorry.
I mean, at least Trump didn't.
I'm sorry. He still got 55% I'm still pissed off about that. Still got 55% of white women.
Because white women don't know. They don't know.
Still got 55% of white women. I will never understand that. And I mean, we can. There could be shows, and we still, you know what really pisses me off?
What?
Is that we still talking about Latino votes. Nobody said a word. Nobody's talking about the fact that 55% of white women voted for Trump. We all worried about the Latino vote. And this election is over with. The votes have been counted. Most of Trump's lawyers have quit.
Really?
Yes. They've quit and moved on to other stuff. Rudy Giuliani, he's just a fool. He's just a big old fool. He ain't, nobody don't take him seriously anymore. I mean, Trump is done. I mean, just go on ahead and concede. This man will not concede. I wish this man would just shut the fuck up and you don't have to, if you don't want to concede, here's a beautiful thing. The United States Constitution does not say that he has to concede. He does not have to concede at all, but he does have to leave when it's time to go. Concede means that you basically say that you're done. You lost. You're going to be gracious about it. That kind of thing. That's basically a rough.
What he's not doing.
But nope, because the man, like I said, has never apologized for anything and doesn't take blame for anything.
No, not at all.
So,
he's not a loser.
He's not a loser in any way, shape, or form.
All his votes counted, but none of Biden's apparently.
You know what? He needs to really stop with that. You lost by 7 million in the popular. Almost 7 million people did not vote, voted in the opposite direction. That's not the correct number. You know what I mean? He lost by 7 million vote. He lost close to nearly 6 million. 5.5 to 6 million. So even if, even if you were to try to overturn the electoral college, the popular vote still says you lost, and you lost big time. So just let it go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just let it go. Do whatever it is that if you want to sulk in the White House for the rest of your term, nobody don't give a shit. Nobody cares.
They won't. They sure won't.
We do not care at all.
You want you out.
You can go to rallies where people who are like, "Oh, you didn't lose." No, you lost. You lost. If the script was flipped, you would have a heart attack.
Mm-hmm. You'll be mad if Biden was doing this.
Yeah, man. If Biden was doing the same to you, oh my God, you'd have a heart attack. So no, you lost. Let it go. We're done. Can we please move on? And like I said,
not even Hillary.
If you, like I said, my advice to our president right now is, you can hide in the White House as much as you want.
You can play golf.
You can play golf as much as you want. You can go on Twitter at 2 a.m. or call Fox and Friends and have a nice conversation with them. And even Fox and Friends are like, we don't give a shit about you.
Isn't he like trying to open up his own station?
We talked about that. He is talking about trying to do something, but it's going to be Trump-centered politics. And I hate to say it, but
fake news.
I hate to say it though, but he is probably going to be in American politics for quite some time, even if he gets out of office, because there are still people who still think he is like the savior of the Republican Party and blah, blah, blah. And he's already talking about running in 2024. Nobody, like I said, if we voted him out now, we'll vote him out again. So not really that concerned. So you would have to be stupid to want him back in 2024. Mm-hmm. So no, not really that concerned about it. Girl, you need to finish getting dressed. You stopped with all that look of concern.
No, well, I was just thinking about.
Don't think too hard about it, girl. Girl, do not think too hard about it.
I'm over here like, oh fuck, is he really gonna run again?
Yes, but I don't want you to. I want you to worry about what's going to go on with you, girl. Just worry about that. Nobody cares. Well, let's not worry about 2024.
No, right?
Okay, we need to worry about 2020. Getting your show off the ground. Having people still listen to this show, because I want more people to listen to this show. Really do want more. And like I said, please go to all our social media. And like I said, we just started doing it today. The moment that I see a like pop up, hey,
shout out, give us a like,
shout out, and and if I missed you before, I'll catch up with you. But I think I got everybody this time around. So like I said, if I missed you before, please send a shout. Facebook, Instagram. We have our own pages as well. Joel Tatum for me, Charlotte Shotguns for him. So you can always drop in and say hello, do whatever, slip into our DMs. But if you slip it into our DMs, yeah, you know what we expect.
Dick pic or a whole pic or a video.
I would prefer a whole pic.
I want it all.
Okay,
your Social Security.
Yeah, give me Social Security, credit card numbers,
everything.
Just give us everything.
Okay, dude, just give me your your
exactly.
Information.
Yeah, just give us all your information so that we can do with it as we please, and then go, well, you gave it to us. What did you expect us to do with it?
Sure did.
I mean, really, come on now. Anywho. All right. This was another episode of That Little Gay Talk Show, produced by both me and Charlotte Shotguns, starring both me and Charlotte Shotguns, directed by both me and Charlotte Shotguns,
and acted by.
And all the acting was by Charlotte Shotguns.
Boom.
It's been a blast. We'll see y'all next time around. We need to
next time.
You know what? We need to have like some kind of ending thing where people are like, like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We should have something.
We should have something. But we're not going to think of it today.
Yeah, next week you'll find out.
Next week, we'll figure it out next week. See you later.